Hi and welcome to Skein Studio. My name is Kristen. I'm also known as K10 on Rubbery, that's K10, and Skein Yarn or Skein Yarns pretty much everywhere else. This is episode number 45 and today's a Tuesday, 12th of April, and it is still very hot here. It seems as though winter's never going to come. Which is kind of bittersweet because, yes, it's still very nice to swim. Here it's still quite humid and hot, it's very humid. But yes, I've got all this knitwear that I've just completed and I want to wear, so it'll probably just hit us all of a sudden. Anyway, how are you all? Hope you're all well. Hope you're having a good week. Firstly, I just wanted to talk about the Skein knit along. There's two that we have going over on the Skein group. We've got a sweater knit along that is going to, it'll finish on the 1st of March. We have some really nice prizes for that, including oh gosh, what's it called? Interpretations, oh I forgot the name. Interpretations Volume 3, which is the collaboration that Hoki Locatelli did with Vera Valimaki. And there's some beautiful patterns, so we have one of those to give away thanks to Hoki and Vera. There's also a Skein gift certificate of $200 and a Kimmy Silks bag. So if you're really quick and you can knit up a sweater in a couple of weeks, or probably less than a couple of weeks now, come and join us. There is also a shawl knit along which finishes on the 14th of March, which is probably a bit more doable in this time frame. These are all with Skein yarn too. I sometimes, as you know, if you watch a podcast for a while, I have podcast knit alongs where you can knit with any yarn, and then I have Skein ones, Skein knit alongs. So this is a Skein knit along. So this shawl knit along goes to the 14th of March, and we've got lovely prizes for that as well. Stephen West, I contacted him and asked him if he would like to give away a prize, and he said yes for sure. He would give away a copy of the Bundled In Brioche, which is the ebook that he just completed, or the patterns have just come out for. So there's that, which is fantastic. And I also heard from Melanie Berg. I asked her as well, and she has given away a €10 gift certificate for any patterns that she has in her shop, which is fantastic. Plus there's other prizes as well, so if you're interested, come on over to the group, Skein group on Ravelry, and join in. And if you haven't come over and join the group, please do come over and say hi. There's always lots of chatter and things going on, so it'd be nice to see you over there. Okay, I feel like I'm really out of breath now. In the mail, I actually got a very nice thing in the mail. I got two very nice things in the mail. What should I talk about first? Oh, okay. So we have, did I get the tag? Oh, I didn't. Just 1 second, I'm going to pause and then grab the label because I forgot to bring it over. Okay, got the label. Alright, so somebody who has been really fantastic supporter of the podcast is a person called Ganache, who is Yvonne. She's Ganache on Rubbery, that's her Rubbery name. Anyway, she sent us for prizes lots of project bags. Anyway, she has finally set up an Etsy store. So I went there and I had a look, and they're fantastic, of course. And I bought a huge sweater bag. It's got the print of Where the Wild Things Are, which I loved as a kid. And yeah, it's fantastic. It's huge. So she says in her description it should be called the kitchen sink bag because you can fit everything in it, which I thought was great. So I'll show you her card. So it's made by Ganache, and it's Etsy store, so it's www.etsy.com/shop/made by Ganache, and of course I will put a link in the show notes. She has heaps of different types of bags, lots of different fabrics, and the prices are extremely reasonable. Anyway, please go and have a look. She's located in Australia, but with the currency being as it is, if you're overseas, it's a lot cheaper. So yes, come and have a look at her bags. They're wonderful. And my next sweater project is going into that, which I'll show you later. The other thing I got in the mail is another person who I've known for a while through Rubbery, Modern Fibre. She's actually in Canada. I think she originally was living in New York but has moved to Canada. And she has an Etsy store, and she sent a couple of things. One thing as a giveaway, and one thing was for me. So what she does is knitted jewellery, and I'll show you. This is what she sent. So they're like knitted beads, and it's just lovely. It's like she does these eye cords and then these lovely knitted beads. She also has little pendant type jewelry as well, which is on her website, which is an Etsy store. I think I said that already. So this is her label. So it's Modern Fibre. It says modern wearable designs hand knit in natural fibres, and it is modernfibre.etsy.com. Yeah, and these were knit out of skein yarn. So just undo that for a minute. So yes, they're necklaces. There's two, and one is to give away. And she said I could keep the other one. So yeah, you could sort of double it round. You could wear it single. But yeah, they're really, really unique. So yes, I'm going to put a prize thread up on the Ravelry group. It's morning here. I haven't had coffee yet, and I'm just sort of still, my brain's still clicking into gear. So I'll put a prize thread up on the Ravelry group to give one of these away, and what I'm going to do is, I love them both, so I'm going to let the winner decide which one they want. So either the grey or the orange. I'll show you it better actually. So the orange has these lovely sort of pink and grey beads, and the grey, oops, what have I done, has the accented orange, and then it's these lovely sort of natural colour. I'm pretty sure that is industrial age skein colourway. So yes, decide which ones you would like, which one. Post in the prize thread, and what I'd like to do is, there's two questions that I want you to answer for this prize. Firstly, which one you want, whether you would like the grey or the orange. And secondly, I'm going to put a link to her shop in the prize thread, so please go over to her shop, Modern Fibre, and have a look at what she has over there and tell me what's your favourite. And then I will pick a winner in 2 weeks. So I'll close the thread on the 26th of April. I probably won't podcast that week because it's a public holiday here in Australia. It's Anzac Day. So I'll probably podcast the following week, but I'll close the thread on the 26th. And then I will use a random number generator and I'll draw a winner. So yes, thank you so much, Modern Fibre. So lovely. it's nice getting these surprises in the mail. Okay, so next, finished object. I have my aerial jumper that I showed you last week. It's done. This was so fun to knit. It just went, I mean, this is a sock weight jumper and they usually take me forever. And I'm not sure why, whether it's the stitch pattern or what it was, but it just flew off the needles. I don't think I've ever completed something this fine using such fine yarn so quickly. I think it took me only a couple of weeks. So the design is by Brandy Velton. It's called Ariel, and it uses these beautiful slip stitches. It's a slip stitch. I can't remember whether it's a slip stitch. Where is it? No, it's not. It's just a textured stitch. But anyway, the actual pattern itself is really, really easy. It looks, when you look at it, it kind of looks a bit daunting, like it's going to be a lot of work. It is really easy, and honestly, I memorized the pattern within one repeat, and all you have to do is look at what you're knitting the row below to figure out what you're meant to do in the next row. It's really, really simple. So yes, the best thing about this pattern is if you have variegated or tonal yarn, it looks fantastic because it shifts, the textured pattern shifts all those colours around, and it just it has this lovely visual effect on variegated yarn. So yeah, I love it. And of course this top part is reverse stockinette stitch, so of course inside you have regular knit, but you're wearing it on the outside, so it's the pearl bumps, and that really showcases variegated yarn really nicely as well. So yeah, I loved it, and I absolutely love the finished object. It fits perfectly. I did the right length this time, because the last jumper that I did, which was, what was it? Hillside Shawl, no it wasn't that. Oh, I can't remember what it was called again. Sabella. The Sabella jumper that I did, the Carrie Bostic Hodge pattern, that, I love it, but I knit the body a bit too short, so it does still hit high hip, which is where I like my jumpers to sort of fall, but it's a little bit too high. So this one I knit just a little bit longer, probably about an inch, maybe an inch and a half longer, and it's, yes, perfect. So yes, I'll put a link to this pattern in the show notes. I really, really enjoyed it. And yes, like I said, I can't wait for winter so I can wear it. Oh, I should say it was knit with skein MCN sock, and this colour is called, it is called Chinatown. Come on, brain, work. But yes, very, very nice. So that's the only finished object I have this week, and that was for the skein. I knit that for the skein sweater knit along, and as soon as I cast that off, I cast on the Tilted Triangle Shawl by Suvi Samola, and this is for the skein shawl knit along. I'll show you a pattern. So this is it. And basically you knit this stripy section first, and then you pick up along the side and you knit this plain section second. And I have done so much for this. I've done all of the stripy section. It's a huge shawl. I absolutely love it. I used to really like those little shawlettes, but I've sort of gone off them because I find them really hard to wear, but big shawls I absolutely love. So this is it. I've done, like I said, the main body, and I've picked up along the side here, and I'm doing this in the contrast colour. So the pattern itself says to knit this side section in the main colour, which is the kind of, it's a browny grey, it's called Jersey. The yarn itself is MCN sock, skein. And I knitted in Jersey, which is the browny grey, and then I have Sorbet, which is the orange, Tiptoes, purple, Havana, which is the yellow, and Smokestack Lightning, which is the kind of deep teal. Anyway, when I had in mind, I think I said this the last episode, that I'd seen on Rubbery, someone had done this pattern and they had the side section here. They'd done that in one of these contrast colours, and I really liked the look of it, and I thought, well, I'll wait and see when I finish the main body what I want to do. And when I finished the main body, I thought, well, it might look a little bit dark if I keep knitting this out of that out of Jersey, which is the browny grey. So I kind of wanted to, yeah, put a little bit more contrast in there. So it was a toss-up between the Havana, which is the yellow, and the Tiptoes, which is the purple. And I love purple, so I decided to go with that. I even asked Paul, I said, what do you think? He said, yeah, purple. So that's what I did, and yeah, I'm just finishing off this last section now, and I don't think it'll take me very long because you're decreasing pretty much every row. So I only have these stitches left. So yeah, it should go pretty quickly. And I should have this finished by the next time I speak to you. And it's such, again, really easy, quick knit. You don't really have to look at the pattern. It's simple shawl pattern. You're only decreasing on one side to get that sort of tilted triangle look. And yeah, and then you're just alternating between your main colours and your contrast colours, and it's really easy. It's nice. I've been sitting watching TV and knitting on this at night, and it's just flying off the needles. So yes, that is Tilted Triangle by Suvi Samoa, and I will put links to these in the show notes, of course. Now to cast on, I have a cardigan that I have all lined up, ready to go. So there's a designer called Jess Gagnon, who is in the US, and she emailed me a while ago. I have like a designer program on Skein website. It's for designer support, yarn support, and she emailed me with an idea for a cardigan, and it's really nice. If you want to have a look at it, it is in the Skein group thread. She actually has a thread open for people who would like to test knit for her, because it hasn't been released yet, and I'm going to be test knitting this. I'll just see if I can pull it up on my iPad. So it's going to be called, well, I think it's going to be called the Havana Swing. And these are just her kind of preliminary photos, just so you get an idea of what you're knitting. And it's called Havana Swing because the actual colourway is Havana. And it's a very easy to wear cardigan, something that would be great for spring and sort of autumn, that transitional sort of period. And it's got this lovely cable that runs down the spine at the back. And then it's just the fronts, plain fronts that just hang open. So I'm going to be knitting that. It's knit out of Skein Merino Cashmere fingering. If you want to test knit, and I'm pretty sure she's taking skein yarn as well as other yarn, so if you have any fingering weight yarn and you'd like to help test knit, I'll put a link to this page in the show notes, and just click on it and then contact Jess. So I'm going to be using a colourway called Baltic, which is this. It's sort of a, that's kind of, to me that's reading a bit more blue, but it's a teal, sort of a teal grey. And I'm going to be casting this on today because I'll tell you a quick story. About a couple of years ago, Paul was playing a game called Dark Souls, and if you're a gamer, if you have a partner who plays games, you might know about this certain game. Anyway, it's a Japanese game, and it's really, really difficult, and you don't really know what you're doing. You just sort of plopped into a place and you've just got to kind of find your way around. Anyway, I watched him play the whole thing and I really enjoyed it, and every time a Dark Souls has come out, we take a day off and we play it together, and I sit there and knit and he plays. So today the Dark Souls 3 came out, so we're just downloading it now, and we've taken the day off and we're gonna play it. So I'll be casting this on. This will be my Dark Souls cardigan, and yeah, I'll probably get quite a bit done while I watch. So yes, that's that. And I also got something else in the mail, but it's sort of related to what I'm going to be casting on. So I spoke to you last time about the Pom Pom pattern that I was going to knit, like Pom Pom magazine. I don't have it up. I'll just get it up on my tablet so I can show you. Oh, actually, sorry, I should have had this up already before I podcasted. There it is. It's called Rombil. That's it there. So it's got the awesome sort of diamond pattern on the front. It's knit all in one, so you're knitting the front and sleeves together and then you're seaming it all up together. This is by Gina Rock and Wagner, and I bought yarn for it because I don't have any, really, this is calls for Aran weight yarn. I have worsted, but I don't have Aran. So I bought some loopy. Got heaps of it. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 balls of this. I bought this from Webb's actually, and I got a really good discount. You know how you get bulk discounts when you buy through them. So that's it there. And it's quite a natural type of yarn. It's not soft. I mean, I actually really quite like rustic yarns, and I don't have, like, you know, a lot of people have sensitive skins when it comes to yarn, wool, and they find it a bit prickly, but it doesn't kind of irritate my skin at all. But even though it is a little bit more rustic and a little bit coarser, this jumper, I wouldn't be wearing this jumper just on its own. Like I'd have a t-shirt or a shirt underneath it, so it's not going to matter too much. But I like it. I like it a lot. It's yeah, very rustic, and I love the shade. It's sort of a lovely heathered grey. So yeah, I can't wait. I'm going to be casting on this after I finish my Havana Swing cardigan, and hopefully by that stage winter will be here, because to knit that in summer and have that like in your lap, this heavy rustic wool, it wouldn't be very pleasant. But in winter it's nice. It's like having a blanket over your lap. Yes, so that was from the Pom Pom Spring 2016, which is the most recent Pom Pom magazine that came out, Pom Pom Quarterly, which I went to my local yarn store, which is in Bellingen. If you follow me on Instagram, I actually posted a picture, well, I posted a picture of a cafe, sitting at a cafe, because I took pictures in the Bellingen local yarn store. It's called Weave, but none of them came out. I don't know what happened. I was using my phone camera, and usually that takes really good photos, but every single one was blurry, so I'm not sure what I did wrong. But yes, I went there and I was so happy because they had Pom Pom Quarterly. They have lots of really interesting magazines there. It's not just a yarn store either, it's got lots of craft things too. I'll put a link in the show notes, so if you're ever up this way, if you're driving from Sydney to Queensland, what you could do is drive through stop at Kendall on the way, which is where Pearlwise is, which I spoke about earlier. And then if you keep going and you get to Bellingen, take the turn off. It's a really nice town, great coffee, great atmosphere, really nice cafes, and it's just such a nice little place to visit anyway. So you stop off there and then go and visit Weave and have a look at what they've got. But yes, that all led back to Pom Pom, because I was really happy to see that they were supporting Pom Pom Quarterly, which is kind of an indie magazine. Alright, so hot right now, there's two patterns that I want to talk about that came out recently. The first one is the Hillside Shawl by Helen Stewart. It seems to be, you know, the season of shawls at the moment, because you guys in the north are heading into summer, so it's sort of like shawls and socks and light sort of garments, whereas we're heading into winter, so it's the opposite, but that's the way it goes. But yes, Helen came out, it's Hilltop Shawl by Helen Stewart, who is of course Curious Handmade. She has a podcast which I've talked about before, and it's absolutely gorgeous. This is the shawl here. It's got this lovely sort of, I'm not sure if that's lace or eyelets, but they're sort of striped along, and then she has the lovely picot edge. And it's really nice how she's styled that too. I really like it with the jacket. This is a fingering weight yarn that she's used. She's a fibre company, but of course you can substitute with whatever you have in your stash. So yes, and it's of course, her patterns are very, very popular. Pretty sure she has a knit-along going in her group. I'm pretty sure there's a Hilltop Shawl knit-along, so if you're interested, go and check that out. So that's, of course, I'll link it, but it's Hilltop Shawl by Helen Stewart. Very, very nice. I love Helen's shawls. Here's a better picture of the back. And you've probably seen this because it's been talked about a lot on Ravelry. So it's a really lovely large-ish crescent shaped shawl. So yeah, check it out. The other thing that I want to talk about, another shawl that came up on my radar, is On the Spice Market by Melanie Berg. And when I saw this, just the colours that she's used, it kind of really got my attention. I'm just getting up the picture to show you. Come on. It's going to take forever now. So this is another fingering weight shawl, and she's used, I think there's 4 or 5 different colours. I don't know what's going on. Oh, there you go, finally. That's it there. It's absolutely stunning. And the colours that she's chosen for this, just beautiful. Okay, so what does her description say? Oh, she has a knit-along. Maybe it was this shawl. She has a knit-along going for this one too. Starts on April the 5th, so that was a couple of days ago, so plenty of time to get it finished. And she has that going over on her group. So it says, you'll find, are you searching for the sook or for treasures? You'll find one on the Spice Market, and it's an asymmetrical triangle featuring a zesty mixture of textures, slip stitches and short rows. its generous size lets you style it a variety of ways. However you do, you're sure to get compliments. So garter stitch stripes, contrast slip stitch rows, and she used Miss Bab's yarn, and it's really pretty. Like I said, I really like the way that she's picked her colours, but of course, I mean, yeah, you can't really go wrong with this. You could pick some nice colours that are in a similar sort of colour group, or you could go nice and contrasty. There's just so many things that you could do with this. I actually have this in my queue and I am going to knit it. Actually, how many colours do you need? Oh, so there's quite a lot. So you have one skein, which I'm guessing, oh yeah, that's the main colour. And then she's used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 contrasts. Oh, okay, so a lot of those are like 30 grams, 20 grams, 19 grams. So if you had leftovers in your stash, you could weigh them. It's good actually that she's done that, because she's weighed them and put down how many grams. So if you have anything in your stash, like leftover bits and pieces, you could weigh them and see if you could mix them up into sort of into a nice combination for this shawl. And yes, already there are 189 projects, so it's like really popular. Okay, and of course that was On the Spice Market by Melanie Burke, who has the giveaway for our shawl knit along. She's given a prize away, so you could actually buy this pattern if you win. I think that's everything I had to talk about. I hope you're really well. Like I said, Anzac Day long weekend will be coming up in 2 weeks' time, and I'm not sure whether if it's a long weekend, because I don't work at Skene on long weekends, obviously, but it usually means that the work piles up, so it's a busy week. So I'll see if I can podcast that week. If not, it'll be the following. But I will be back. Hope you're all well, and yes, I'll talk to you in hopefully 2 or 3 weeks' time. So don't forget about the giveaway. Come on over to the group. Let me know which necklace you would like, the orange or the grey, and of course go over and check out Modern Fibres shop and tell me what you like out of her shop, and you could win one of these. And also go and visit Ganache as well on Etsy. Okay, talk to you in 2-3 weeks. Bye!